Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Money Way, and today we're going to be going over NIO, and we actually have a lot of announcements relating to NIO Day, which, if you guys didn't know, is happening on January 9th in just 4 days. And if you guys don't know what it is, it's basically this annual conference where the owners of NIO and the top officials come to show off new products, new breakthroughs, new services, possible new revenue streams they're going into, new sectors, all these different things. And I have a bunch of possible as well as confirmed announcements on some new products, some new services, and a possible really important partnership that is going to send the stock into an absolute blitz. So if you want to learn more about this possible breakthrough, go ahead and stay tuned. This is the video for you. Okay, so getting right into it, if you guys learned anything in this video, go ahead and like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below which stock you would like me to review next. So starting it off strong, this week leading into Monday, it actually happened in after hours of Friday as well as the pre-hours of Monday. The stock shot up about 10%. It went a little bit higher and it went a little bit lower, but it was basically up 10%. And the reason for this, which is actually a huge catalyst that could show itself in the future again, is it absolutely destroyed the expectations for deliveries for the month of December 2020. So it was expected to deliver 6,000 vehicles, but instead it delivered a whopping over 7,000 vehicles. Now this is over a 15% increase of what it was expected to do. And actually people really expected it to go lower than the expected 6,000. Sorry, I'm saying expected so much, but people really thought it was going to go lower than that. So getting over 15% increase in the amount of vehicles delivered, that's absolutely insane to think about. People are thinking because of COVID-19, people aren't going out that much. They're not going to need new vehicles, maybe, economic uprest. There's not a lot of money going around. Some people might be laid off. So why are so many people buying these cars? That's what absolutely astonishes investors, and we can see that in the stock price. It went up from about $48.41, which is about what it closed at on Friday of December 31st, to up about $52 and to end the day at about $51.78. So about a 10% increase there or about. But anyways, the main focus for today is NIO Day. And the main product that is officially announced, they are officially going to go over this product, the different services involved with it, the price points, the specs, the 0 to 60, the size of it, all the different. We're going to see a full video, or actually a full, if you're watching the live stream or maybe you're going to the actual conference, you're actually going to be able to see this vehicle in action. They're going to go over the trunk space, the seats, all these different things, specs, and we're going to be able to see what the car is actually able to do. And why this is so important for this company is they are mainly in SUVs, they're in crossovers, they're in, they have a supercar, they even have a Formula Racing and a self-driving EV car. But this is a completely new category, and why it's so important is it increases the amount of people that they are applicable to by 200%. Because if you really think about it, this isn't an entirely confusing number. That's a fucking lot of percentage. And that's a lot of new people. That's a lot of new possible revenue, a lot of new possible sales that they could sell to. And why this is not surprising at all? Well, if you're going out to college, if you're a younger person, if you live alone, maybe you don't live near the beach, you don't have to bring a whole lot of equipment, a lot of items with you. You don't really need that huge trunk space. You don't need these 8 seats or even really 6 seats, to be honest. It just or 5 seats. They're just kind of there. You want a small little vehicle. Maybe you don't have a huge garage, especially in, some other countries. You might not have a garage in some other neighborhoods. I believe the neighborhood right next to me, some gated communities, they don't have or even apartments, they don't have a huge garage. So this could be a problem for some people, and so they're moving into this, this new category of vehicles, which is really, important for a company like this. And well, you might say that Tesla has already been in this category. Most of their vehicles are sedans. But another way to look at it is they're just now moving into the Model Y, which is a crossover vehicle, and it's the first crossover vehicle. While NIO has been mainly dealing with SUVs and crossover vehicles this entire time. So there's a little bit of a trade-off. This is now moving into sedans. Tesla is now moving into those bigger vehicles, those crossover, those SUVs. So really something you want to watch out for, especially as we move on over time. We want to see how this sedan performs versus Tesla vehicles. We want to compare the specs. We want to compare especially the range, which is a really important factor for people who want to travel, across the country, maybe even out of country. We want to see how many charging stations are available, where they're planning to move these charging stations, how many they're planning to add, what's the range on this vehicle. And another thing you want to really look out for is any breakthroughs in the self-driving software that they have actually announced that they're starting to get into. So we could see breakthroughs in that category. They could be making their own software, which is really, really important for the robo-taxis. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of this, but they're actually planning, there's some possible conspiracies on robo-taxis, which are basically, pretty much in the name, taxis with no driver. They drive themselves. They basically just release these vehicles, and they're pretty much passive income at that point. I mean, you'd have a software on your phone. I'm not really sure entirely what it could be, but I'd probably assume that it's a software on the phone. A vehicle with no driver arrives to you. And also surrounding this topic, and something that I'm going to say, you guys really want to focus on this part, a $1 trillion company, you probably guessed it, Apple, really wants to get into this sector. And rumors have it that there's about a 70% chance, it might be lower, it might be higher, you don't want to entirely bet on this, but there is a 70% chance that the $1 trillion company, Apple, wants to pair up with NIO to make self-driving vehicles. Now, the date about when Apple really wants to get into the sector is 2024. So it could be a really far out topic, but of course it's going to take a couple years for these vehicles to even become a thing. So it wouldn't be, too surprising, and it wouldn't be too far-fetched to hear some possible, discussion happening at this conference about a possible partnership with Apple. Maybe they even have it already done, and they're just gonna release it like a fucking nuke at the NIO conference. But if this happens, guys, you really want to focus on this. If this Apple partnership really happens, this stock will go into an absolute fucking frenzy. For a $1 trillion company to pairing up with a not even $100 billion company, that is absolutely insane. This is going to spread their awareness. This is going to spread how many people know about the company. They're going to spread, how many products, because they're going to have so much capital that they can play with. They're going to have all the technology of Apple, the new people that are going to be able to work on this software, which originally they maybe did not have the right people, they didn't have the right knowledge in order to get into this sector. So that is really, really something you want to watch out for, as well as their battery as a service. We could see some possible breakthroughs in that. If you guys don't know, battery as a service is basically you buy the vehicle without the battery for about 10 to 18% cheaper, which allows people with not as much money, maybe they want to pay over time to get the vehicle, and then you buy a specific battery. There's obviously different options, as you can see here, and you pay it monthly. I believe it was about $160. You guys can go ahead and convert these prices depending on which battery you get per month, which obviously is a lot cheaper. And if you're not planning to keep the car for a very long time, instead of paying the $5,000 to $7,000, which is actually what the battery is worth in Tesla money, Instead, you can just pay it for a couple months or maybe a year or two, and you're still saving a couple $1,000s, which is absolutely insane. It is a huge breakthrough for people that might not have as much money and are just trying to test it out. So really huge amount of catalysts, a huge amount of possible announcements that could send the stock absolutely going insane. But anyways, guys, that's all the announcements I have for today. If you guys learn anything, go ahead and like, subscribe, and let me know what stocks you want me to review next. Any possible news that you guys want me to look at, go ahead and let me know that in the comment section. And have a great day, guys, and let's make some fucking money.